Lesson 3, Number Patterns. Goals for this lesson. I can identify a number pattern, I can continue the pattern, and I understand how to make my own number pattern. Welcome! Today we'll discuss number patterns. But first, what is a number pattern? So remember talking about the patterns. They are something that's changing, either getting smaller and bigger, and smaller, a repeating sequence of shapes. But we can also do that with numbers. But with numbers, it's going to be a little different. We have the options of saying 2, 4, 2, 4, where a number pattern is we do 2 and then 4 and then 2 and then 4. So every other is 2 and every other is 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This number pattern is we add 1 each time. Does that remind you of anything? It should remind you of a number line. A number line goes up by a consistent amount each time. We can also consider that a pattern. Now let's look at some examples of number patterns. I'm going to come up with some right here. So let's do what is the pattern here? What's the pattern here? Can you figure these out? Now let's try and identify some. So this goes from 1 to 3, so plus 2. Oh, this goes from 3 to 5, plus 2 again. What do you think the pattern is here? We're adding 2 each time, so we add 2 each time. Now let's identify this pattern. I'm adding 2 to get to 4, and I'm adding 2 to get to 6, and then I'm adding 2 more to get to 8. So that means we add 2. The number pattern is adding 2. Now let's look at this pattern. So first, we subtracted 2. We know we subtracted 2 because 20 is bigger than 18. So we subtracted 2. Then we went from 18 to 22. That means we added 4. Then we went back down from 22 to 20, so we took away 2. And then we went up from 20 to 24, so then we added 4. So our pattern went first, subtract 2, then add 4. Now let's try this one. So we went from 10 to 20. Oh, we added 10. Then we went from 20 to 30. We added 10 more. And then we went from 30 to 40. So then we added 10 more, not 4 more, 40 more, 10 more. Then we went from 40 to 50. So we added 10 again. So this pattern is add 10. Now let's look at this one. So we went from 33 to 30. So we subtracted 3. We took away 3. Then we went from 30 to 27. So we subtracted 3 again. And then we went from 27 to 24. We subtracted 3. And then we subtracted 3. So each time we subtract 3. Now let's review. So a number pattern is a repeating sequence that has some sort of change. So it's changing consistently. So we go from 1 to 2 to 3. It's changing by some defined amount. Just like how we had squares. Instead of saying going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, we went from small to big, from small to big.